and welcome to the Poetry Group Podcast. My name is D'Artagnan Solis, aka Jonas Rex, and I'm joined here by my guest that likes to take massive shits and miss out on our important meetings, Jeremiah Griffin. Jeremiah, how you doing?
I'm better.
No longer shitting your brains out?
Um, to be determined.
TBD. What did you eat that caused this?
Bro, I wish I could tell you, but I do know my body isn't the same as it used to be. So, like, I don't go to Chick-fil-A that often. But if I do go, excuse me, if I do go, I get a spicy chicken sandwich. And now that I'm older, I'm 19 now, it does things to me that it didn't do before.
Man said he's 19 now. Everybody, happy birthday, Jeremiah, in the chat. He went from 18 to 19 over this last week. It was monumental. Could also be part of the reason that he wasn't on the pod last week. Big question for you. How did it feel to be the viewer? How was that for you?
I enjoyed it personally, but I watched it with someone else. And she just happened to, talk a little bit, which was cool. Like it was fun to also get feedback, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It was like, oh, this is what this is like. But then it was also like, damn, I want to give like my feedback in real time,
I feel. You miss being on the pod. It's cool.
Basically.
Hey, Miz. Well, anybody who wants to give their feedback, anybody who wants to give their feedback in real time, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at J2Beastie to reach out to Jeremiah, or at Jonas Rex with 2X's _ to reach out to myself, and we can feature you if the schedules so align on the next week's episode of the Poetry Group Podcast. This is week number 10. 10 weeks of this. And we're going to start off as we always do, get into some poetry. Then we're going to get into everyone's favorite segment of the podcast, the 10-minute writing prompt. During that 10-minute writing prompt, we will review the comments from the last video. So make sure you guys are commenting if you want to be featured in the comment section. We will also just get into some shenanigans. We have 10 minutes left over. And then finally, we'll return from the future to the past to read our 10-minute poetry prompts. And then we will be leaving you guys for another week. You ready to get started, Jeremiah?
I am.
All right. So the poem that you brought with us is called Repetition by Phil Kaye. Let me go ahead and share that. Anything you want to preface before we get started, or you just want to get into it?
Now let's get into it.
Hell yeah.
My mother taught me this trick. If you repeat something over and over again, it loses its meaning. For example, homework, see, nothing. Our lives, she said, are the same way. You watch the sunset too often, it just becomes 6 p.m. You make the same mistake over and over, you'll stop calling it a mistake. If you just wake up, one day you'll forget why. I should have known nothing is forever. My parents left each other when I was 7 years old. Before their last argument, they sent me off to the neighbor's house, like some astronaut jettisoned from the shuttle. When I came back, there was no gravity in our home. I imagined it as an accident. So when I left, they whispered to each other, "I love you," so many times over that they forgot what it meant. Family. My mother taught me this trick. If you repeat something over and over again, it loses its meaning. This became my favorite game. It made the sting of words evaporate. Separation. See? Nothing. Apart. See? Nothing. I'm an injured handyman now. I work with words all day. Shut up. I know the irony. When I was young, I was taught that the trick to dominating language was breaking it down, convincing it that it was worthless. I love you. See? Nothing. Soon after my parents' divorce, I developed a stutter. Fate is a cruel and efficient tutor. There is no escape in stutter. You can feel the meaning of every word drag itself up your throat. Separation. Stutter is a cage made of mirrors. Every what'd you say? Just take your time. Come on, kids, spit it out, is a glaring reflection of an existence you cannot escape. Every awful moment trips over its own announcement again and again and again until it just hangs there in the center of the room, as if what you had to say had no gravity at all. Mom, Dad, I'm not wasteful with my words anymore. Even now, after hundreds of hours practicing away my stutter, I still feel the claw of meaning in the bottom of my throat. Listen to me. I've heard that even in space, you can hear the scratch of an I love you.
Well, what a way to kick off Sunday morning.
You know me.
All right, so I'm gonna let you break this one down for us. What did this poem mean to you? Why'd you bring it?
All right. So I think I first heard this poem in high school. I told you the story about in high school when I wrote that poem and I got the grade for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to cite two poems that inspired us. Like we had to, put them down, put the link, all the stuff. So I was just like running through a bunch of poems in a day, I think. And this was one of them. And it, for me, I think it's true. So like, I think the repetition does take away the meaning of things. And it actually changed the way I communicate and operate, especially in relationships. Like, I had an ex and she's like, how come you don't like tell me you love me all the time? I'm like, because it won't mean anything to you later. And it's like, it's kind of weird, like to say that, but I do believe in it. And it kind of just changed the way I speak, at least, or spoke for a while. Just made me more careful with the things I do and say. The same way how he says, like, if you just wake up, eventually you forget why.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I would like to have a purpose behind the things I do and say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. What would you say your purpose here is on the podcast?
To get better, to improve. Also to be disciplined and have consistency.
Nice. I was really hoping you were going to say to make money. I would have been.
I was going to say I would love to make money, but it's not necessarily like my purpose.
I had to do it for the bit, bro. I was.
Oh shit.
What's your purpose here? To make money, nigga.
I'm broke. What do you mean?
I'm here so I could probably get paid one day.
Right.
No. But I agree with that. Being consistent with this podcast has been a really big win. Having the wherewithal to come and put this together and care about the audience that's going to be seeing it week in, week out. Expanding on the podcast, making it better, more streamlined so that we can be more efficient and more entertaining has definitely been a journey in figuring this out. But back to the poem, a few highlights that I'm going to pull out as a poetry nerd. I really like how he would do see nothing, because the double meaning on see nothing, right? He's saying see as he's showing you, but also there's an effective numbness, right? Because it could be spoken from the action, right? See nothing, like he's not seeing anything. There's an absence of a whole sense from this numbness that he's feeling from the repetition of everything around him that's so negative. It's smothering in a sense. And I really like that as it was coming up. I didn't really quite pick up on it till he changed the way that he said it towards the end of the poem. Anybody who wants to go check that out, he does change the inflection on the way he says see nothing. That kind of highlights it and lets you see it in that light. And another thing that was really great structurally was he didn't close his poem by saying poem or thank you or black poet. He he just went into silence. And being a poem that was about, I'm no longer wasting words. Every word I choose is handpicked, fine craft, and essentially meaningless because of all the pain. There was a choice to not use any words at the end. There was a certain conciseness to it that now I have a stutter, that was conveyed. I hope it wasn't contagious. Did he give it to me? I blame you, Phil Kaye. There's a certain conciseness that was conveyed there at the end where he just let it fade into black. And I think that's, what's the word I'm looking for? An X-ray into his feelings. That was so cheesy. We should cut that out. It really let us see like what that felt like, right? There's not really a resolution. That pain is still there. As he was saying, it's still clawing at his throat. And here we go. There's no resolution at the end of the poem where there's a definitive end. It just kind of fades off. And into nothingness, as he said, everything else becomes nothing. So I really like the structure of the poem. I liked, he's a talented poet. We should start doing full like poem breakdowns where we break down every line.
And to be honest, I think you're better at that.
Maybe I'll start doing that for some poems. I can start throwing them up throughout the week. If you guys would like to see full poem breakdowns, line by line, let me know, and I can start putting those up throughout the week, and we can have some more content on the channel. It's a really cool idea. Anything else you want to say about this poem before we move on?
Nah, shout out Phil Kaye for giving DJ a stutter.
God damn you, Phil Kaye. God damn you, Phil Kaye. Here we go. So the next poem I chose was by Prince Ye. He was someone I selected because I realized a lot of the poetry we were picking was from Button Poetry, and I didn't want Button Poetry to come at us just for taking their content all the time. So I was like, what other poets do I know that have their own channels, or what other poetry channels can we highlight here? So Prince Ye is one of them. Prince Ye is definitely a poet more known for his theatrics because he has a lot of resources going to set design and the production of his videos. Each one is as visually pleasing as they are audibly. So I don't have a ton to say. Can we autocorrect humanity? Pretty self-explanatory what we're going to be talking about here. We can just hop into it.
Did you know the average person spends 4 years of his life looking down at his cell phone? Kinda ironic, ain't it? How these touch screens can make us lose touch. But it's no wonder in a world filled with iMacs, iPads, and iPhones. So many eyes, so many selfies, not enough us's and we's. See, technology has made us more selfish and separate than ever. Cause while it claims to connect us, connection has gotten no better. And let me express first, Mr. Zuckerberg, not to be rude, but you should reclassify Facebook to what it is, an anti-social network. Cause while we may have big friend lists, so many of us are friendless all alone. Cause friendships are more broken than the screens on our very phones. We sit at home on our computers measuring self-worth by numbers of followers and likes. Ignoring those who actually love us, it seems we'd rather write an angry post and talk to someone who might actually hug us. Am I bugging? You tell me, cause I asked a friend the other day, let's meet up face to face. They said, all right, what time you wanna Skype? I responded with OMG, SRS, and then a bunch of SMHs and realized, what about me? Do I not have the patience to have conversation without abbreviation? This is the generation of media overstimulation. Chats have been reduced to snaps. The news is 140 characters. Videos are 6 seconds at high speed. And you wonder why ADD is on the rise faster than 4G LTE. But get a load of this. Studies show the attention span of the average adult today is 1 second lower than that of a goldfish. So if you're one of the few people or aquatic animals that have yet to click off or close this video, congratulations. Let me finish by saying you do have a choice, yes. But this one, my friends, we cannot autocorrect. We must do it ourselves. Take control or be controlled, make a decision. Me, No longer do I want to spoil a precious moment by recording it with a phone. I'm just gonna keep them. I don't want to take a picture of all my meals anymore. I'm just gonna eat them. I don't want the new app, the new software, or the new update. And if I want to post an old photo, who says I have to wait until Thursday? I'm so tired of performing in the pageantry of vanity and conforming to this accepted form of digital insanity. Call me crazy, but I imagine a world where we smile when we have low batteries. Cause that'll mean we'll be one bar closer to humanity.
All right. So, I had you explain yours first, so I'll go ahead and explain this one first. I'll not hold any double standards here. I hold all my employees accountable for the actions that their superiors. I didn't plan this speech. We're gonna just go ahead and cut it right there.
It's a liar. You called me a guest earlier. I got demoted.
Did I call you a guest earlier? My apologies.
It's too late.
He's still a co-host.
Nah, it's too late. You said what you said. You did what you did, bro.
Well, I'm giving you a promotion now. You ain't gonna take it? Bum ass.
I don't know. I gotta think about it.
It don't come with a raise. You're doing the same amount of work. You get a new title.
Right. Titles what matters.
So we got, can we autocorrect humanity 2024? I think this is a rising issue, not only in the ability for people to make friends, but like to sustain healthy relationships. And I think the fact that we have such a short attention span is going to hurt people educationally. I work with high schoolers. I work with middle schoolers, and they had to write a 5,000 character essay, 5,000 characters, which is less than a 1,000 word essay. Usually, if they're using bigger words. And they looked at us like this was the most impossible task that they could ever do. But keep in mind, if they finish 3 of these essays and an application with a resume, cover letter, they're guaranteed $2,500 to help them go to school. And not necessarily college. They can go to a trade school. They can go any type of licensing or training that they want to do after high school. They can use this money for. All they have to do is finish it. Does not have to be good.
That's crazy.
And I have kids saying, nah, never mind. I'd rather not. Let alone if it is good and they win, say, the best in just the clubhouse. It's a competition of about 12 people. They get an extra $1,000. They can use to go to school, and they can use to go to trade school, cosmetology school, whatever it may be. Now, let's say they're one of the best 24 in Monterey County, because we also compete with the Seaside Clubhouse. They get even more money. And if they took it real serious and got real deep and told their story, they could take that competition all the way up to the regional level, where there's a lot more kids now, and it's a lot more serious. They're winning even more money. And you go to state level and then national level, to the point where you basically could be receiving full ride scholarships for writing 3 essays telling your story about your life. And the majority of kids are like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. That sounds like way too much work. I think our short attention spans are gonna hurt us in a way that not only will we have the short attention span problems of like, I can't focus on things, but I won't try things. I won't push myself to do things. I won't push myself to be better because the instant gratification of sitting down on the couch, watching my favorite show is always going to outweigh any type of hard work when I can't imagine myself doing anything for more than 6 seconds at a time. Thoughts on that?
That's kind of deep, bro. I can't say I have too much to say. I feel like you said it. It's something that I can just straight up agree with. Like, my mom tells me all the time, she's like, your instant gratification, like, you've gotten worse, essentially, or worse, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, it's something I watch with my younger cousin, too. It's like, if it's not now, then hey, it doesn't really matter all that much. Or like similar things where he'll just be like, nah, never mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, just the things that require just a little bit of work, which we're trying to teach him and show him, right? But in through trying to teach him and show him, I'm also teaching and showing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit hard, bro. That shit hard.
Definitely. I adding on to like fighting that instant gratification and now diving into the second portion of that where it's talking about like relationships are becoming completely digital, and like we have this huge friend list, but we're still friendless. Another example of short attention spans, instant gratification, right? It takes time to build a real friendship. It takes time to create a circle of people that you can call onto a podcast if your co-host decides that he's gonna eat Chipotle the night before and he's gonna have bloody shits the next day. Don't worry, they create a product for that. It's called Chipotle Away. It'll get all the blood stains out of your underwear.
Oh,
It's a South Park joke for anyone.
I didn't know that.
And to create that circle of people that are willing to last minute jump on and be in front of people. Like, there's not a lot of people that currently watch this, but like you're going on the internet, and eventually when millions of people are watching this podcast, because they will be, your name is out here, your content's out here, and people are going to see it. And as of right now, I could say approximately 50 people are going to see it. That's a lot of people to me. But if you live in an instant gratification, 6-second attention span, then 50 people, I get more likes when I post my dinner. Not realizing the gravity of 50 people sat and watched and commented and engaged in a thought-provoking conversation.
Right.
Versus 50 people double tapped on the picture of your ass. Which, I mean, if it's only getting 50 likes, it's not that great of an ass anyway.
Wow, hater.
Big hater, bro. Kendrick inspired me.
Wow. just do more squats, man. You don't gotta hate.
Oh, no. My ass is fine.
Oh.
My ass gets like 80 likes at least. And for a guy, that's pretty high.
Oh. My ass can never do those numbers.
Oh, man.
I don't squat.
I think we both have ADD.
Bro, I've talked about that before, but why do you think I have ADD?
I'm just realizing it now. That was more sarcastic. I don't think you actually have ADD. But I just compare it because like last week I hosted with Andrew and we stayed very on topic.
I'm not even good at math. That was something. So the person I was watching with, that was something she said. She was like, "Bro, this has nothing." Nah, actually, she said the opposite. She was like, "This has nothing to do with the poem. What are they even talking about?"
Oh, we weren't on topic, is what she said.
That's what she said.
Interesting.
So
got my first hater.
Right. I'm gonna bring it up to her. I gotta cuss her out.
Nah, just bring her on the pod, bro. We'll settle it. We'll poetry battle.
Cussing her out wasn't for you, bro. It was a personal matter. But I got you. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
Banana bread? At fucking work, bro? Hell yeah.
Bro, stop ADDing, bro.
I'm sorry. All right. Back to work. Day's never over. Massa got me working. Someday Massa set me free. So the poetry prompt that won this week, and guys, keep submitting your poetry prompts. I'm loving them. Out of the competition, we had fighting, homophobia, toes, and how to love a woman. Of those prompts that were submitted, the winning prompt by a significant margin was fighting. So today's 10-minute poetry prompt will be about fighting. And dang, last week I had the 10-minute timer prefaced.
I just knew you were going to say how to love a woman.
You thought it was going to be how to love a woman?
I thought that's what was going to win by a significant
margin. Yeah, it did not. It did not do that. It did not.
Lucky me.
Lucky you. I would have been interested to hear your poem.
It would have been how to love a woman. Step 1. I don't know how.
How to love a woman. Step 1. Don't. Step 2.
Step 1. Don't. Step 2. Repeat step 1.
Step 3. Reread step 2.
Right. Don't forget to repeat step 2.
All right. You ready? We got 10 minutes on the clock.
Fighting. All right. Let's get it.
Gang. All right, guys. We have 10 minutes on the clock. This is future us coming back to fill in the gap for past us as they are writing some poems about fighting. As always, if you guys want to be in the comment section, feel free to leave a comment on the video. It helps the algorithm. Also, leaving a like and subscribing, sharing the content to people that you think may enjoy it, even if they might not enjoy it. If they can hate comment, that will also help the algorithm and get us shown to more people. Definitely appreciate
it. Entertaining for me.
Get hate comments. I would love to see some hate comments down here. Who hates me?
All right. Nobody hates you.
We had 20 comments to go through today, and any leftover time, we will figure out what we will do from there. Starting off, JSO6233, enjoyed your show. See y'all next Sunday. Well, here we are next Sunday. Happy to see the comments. Much love and appreciation. Also, JSO6233, loved your poem, Andrew. I'm impressed with your talent. How did you feel about Andrew's poem? How poetically sound it was, and how strict to structure. That was a full Shakespearean sonnet we had going there. How'd you feel?
The one about being a man?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I spent most of my time like trying to understand it, and I didn't understand it. I'm not even kidding. I listened to it 4 times. I was like, okay, maybe if I like write it down myself and read it, but I'm going to be honest. That poem was too much poem for me.
It was too much poem. So essentially, it was I don't want to say satirical, but it was a commentary on the idea that as men, we're told like, lock it up, be a provider, create a family. And in reality, most things that you love in life are passing, and you have to be okay with that. The idea that this love that you have for this person and you want to build a family because you're told to, and you're like, this is amazing, it might not last. And that's the like the sand castles, the writings that you do in the sand at the beach, they all wash away at the end of the day. And just the idea that the commentary for men, like, oh, you need to lock it down, hold up for your family, all this stuff, it might not be true for everybody, because for him, his love is like a beach. Everything gets washed away at the end of the day.
Well, maybe the part that I didn't understand then was based on him saying, I can't like quote him verbatim, but I remember him saying like, not stoic or not stoicism. And to me, that's exactly what stoicism is.
Well, he doesn't, what he meant is like not quite stoicism. Not like opposite.
Maybe that's what he said too.
Opposite of stoicism. Yeah. I mean, he might have said it the wrong way, but like I've known Andrew for quite a while, so like, there's some bridges in communication that I can bridge there. It's like not quite stoicism, where it's like you're just empty of emotion, you know. But
well, I don't think stoicism is empty of emotion. I think it's like you said, like with the fucking beach. It's like people are gonna die, and it's not that you don't feel it. You just be
endurance
okay with
of pain and hardship without complaint. I've always thought stoic was like you just fucking flat faced.
Yeah, you freaks. It's not like that.
No. So you learn something new every day.
I mean, not me. What the fuck did I learn today?
You learned what the poem meant.
Damn, that's a good one. I thought you were going to talk about insight. I learned that you can use insightful the other way.
Dang, we both fumbled the alley-oop.
All right. Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, I was definitely impressed with the poetic structure. Just because writing yourself into a structure is massively more difficult than writing for performance. Writing for performance, right. You just kind of roll with the flow, and if you've performed, you know where the highs and lows should be, you know? You kind of feel like, oh, I need to wrap this up right here. Like writing to a structure is like, God damn, how do I make this shit fit? And I only have 10 syllables, and you're like changing words and recreating sentences in ways that you never really imagined you'd have to say them. Yeah. So
I will say that he definitely showed the hours that he put in unseen in that like small moment, those 10 minutes.
oh yeah.
He's like, I write a lot of poems. I've written a lot of poems, and it's like, oh yeah, that shit shows, bro.
That was I worked with someone. We did a CPR training, and while we're doing the CPR training, she like tells the instructor, she's like, are you sure we're not supposed to do this? Because I have what did she say? I have a degree in health sciences or something like that. And then everyone was like ragging on her behind her back, being like, oh, I have a degree in health sciences. Anytime someone would be like I'd be like, oh, you're supposed to do. So when we edit papers, they always defer to me because I'm the literature major, right? So they give me the papers, and I'm editing them, and I'm correcting stuff, and like my staff will be behind me. They're young, they're like 22, a little bit older than you, and they'll be like, they won't say, oh, because I'm a literature major. They'll be in my ear. They'll be like, oh yeah, because I'm a health sciences major. But I know what they mean.
Right. That's the best part.
And that's kind of what you reminded me of right now when you said that. Where you're like, oh, I've written a lot of poems.
That's what he said. And it's like, yeah, that shit shows.
Yeah, nigga, we can see.
You don't have to tell us. Yeah, shout out Andrew, man. Shout out Andrew.
JSO6233, OMG, the Sphere was amazing. Did you see the Sphere for the UFC event?
Nah.
Have you seen it for concerts?
I've seen it when I went to the kickboxing tournament.
That shit is kicking, bro. That is the best screen idea. We need more of them, but they're probably crazy expensive. We got hearts from Jessica Rosales 8470. Thank you, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, you're new. I haven't seen you here before.
We got JSO6233 Black. That was comical, uplifting, and so true. That poem is one of my favorite poems. I want to show it to my black boss.
And how did they feel?
He laughed. He laughed and said that was great.
It was great.
Rex, I loved it. Loved the delivery. Different than what I've heard on your podcast previously. I have taken the time. I want people to know that I can read, so I've slowed down a little bit.
That's crazy.
We got JSO6233. Andrew, you should make a guest appearance more often. He should. I feel like there was a lot of good conversation there. Even though some people feel like we didn't talk about the poem. I feel like we talked about the essence of the poem and the meanings behind it, inspirations. I think that's all a big portion of poetry. But if y'all want to hate, go ahead and hate in the comment section so we could at least get some interactions for the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Then we got JSO6233. Love that poem. It was relatable in any situation, relationship, not just romantic. This is probably one of the Lang Lee poems or maybe Andrew's poem, one of the two. We got Destiny Gray back in the comment section. Everybody shout out Destiny. Woo. That was spectacular. Such a clever use of words in such a short amount of time. That's definitely talking about Andrew's poem. And that was the thing that you said that you did understand was like, yo, this structure was fire. So across the board.
Shout out Andrew.
JSO6233. Thanks for the introduction to Lang poetry. It's deep and emotional, touches the soul. Lang was very different from a lot of the poets that we've brought on. And I think because it's written, right? The difference between written poetry and the performed poems is a wildly different writing process for the most part. What did you think of Lang poetry?
That first one, listen to it over and over. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it very much, only because it's like, I'm not super big on feels, but I do like to hear about them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it allowed a space for that in a different way than I'm used to.
Nice. All right, we got 1 minute on the clock, so we're going to speed run these. Feel free to give like a couple words, comments on each one. Jack, wasn't expecting that twist. Thank you for sharing the life experiences. Stay strong. That poem was great. I wish I wrote it.
Yeah, shout out my boy Jack.
Most of y'all need to choose better partners. It's true, and I stand by that.
Including me.
I love the contrast between the two poems. The one was self-deprecating. The other one is full of unwavering pride. I think it speaks to how balance is key. Too much of anything is bad. Temperance is a virtue. Wise Words by Destiny Gray. I almost writing a little couplet here in the comment section. 2 lines. Nothing. Okay. Zero Carmelo 8767. Don't ignore me. LMAO. I don't know if I said that or if he was trying to get our attention during the live chat, but if you guys are trying to comment to us during the live chat, make sure you comment on the live chat tab so we can comment and talk back to you guys. I don't see these posted comments until later on. Why Andrew got me crying, because he's deep like that. 20 seconds. That is so powerful. You just put into words something that I hadn't wrapped my head around, but I have 100% held on a deep level. A promise unkept. Some things are lost for a reason. All of what you said. Definitely growing. Some things are lost for a reason. You have anything to say on that?
Nope.
All right, 5 seconds. Not all men are created equal. Superman versus Goku. And then Jeremiah says, Superman going to win. Unfortunate. We're out of time. Palm.
Was there more to that?
I said poem.
Oh, shit. You said, Okay.
There's a very adamant thought being processed, being provoked, being incited at that time. So is it proper to say that someone who's very good at inciting violence, that they're insightful?
If they're insightful?
Yeah.
Aren't those two different insights?
Yes, but like he's full of insight. The ability to incite violence. Can I say that? I'm listening.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
I've
you
never
can't,
heard
but I'm gonna try and make it catch on.
Used in that way.
You definitely can't. You definitely can't. But I'm gonna start using it. Like Jeremiah's crazy good at instigating fights. He's so insightful.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
I'm gonna try.
When someone says or does something that makes other people want to do something, especially something bad, it looks like it's a thing already, bro.
No.
Yeah, people just don't say it.
Wow.
We recommend keeping away from insightful with a C as an adjective.
They know the can of worms it'll open. It's not the kind of worms that we're trying to eat.
I mean, it could be fun.
I'm using it.
I think you should.
You're so insightful.
Wow. I should have known. I should have seen that coming.
I said it twice before that already.
That's why I don't know, bro. Repetition.
It loses its meaning. This is true. I gotta hold it, save it like a stock.
No. Use that shit so much, people don't know what insightful means anymore.
They're gonna be so confused. They're gonna be offended. And teacher's like, "Wow, that was a very insightful thought. What you mean by that?" Now the teacher's insightful. She's inciting anger.
Right. But insight here. So
Insightception.
I'm not a big fan of mine.
So you want to go first?
I do think I'll go back and rewrite it. Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Ooh, bring it next week. Let's go. All right, I'll stop sharing.
My plan too was actually to write about. His name was Andrew, right?
Yes.
To write about you guys' prompt also.
Oh, sick.
But I got lazy, kind of busy.
Dang.
But I'm gonna call it lazy.
He passed on the homework.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I didn't do my homework in school. I'm not gonna start now. But I probably will. All right. A couple of years ago, one of my closest friends came to me. He asked if I'd take a martial arts class with him. I thought it'd be a great way to beat some of my insecurities. I agreed to do it. I have a little previous experience in Taekwondo. I was a kid then, but I got older and started teaching myself to box. I took a small boxing network class, and my trainer told me I was a natural. It wasn't in the way that a teacher tells every student's parent that he's such a smart kid. It was more in a way that, man, if I put effort in, I could become an amateur fighter. I thought of a time in elementary school. I got my first fight. I didn't swing back. I didn't yell. I didn't get angry. I just stood there, getting punched repeatedly. He kneed me in the back, and all I could remember thinking was, I don't want to get in trouble for hurting this kid. I didn't think about the pain. Fast forward after starting martial arts class, I had my first boxing exhibition. The people in my weight class didn't show up. A 16-year-old boy volunteered to fight me. We were in the ring, and I remember seeing his family in the crowd, watching as I dodged and blocked my opponent's attempts to strike me. I remember thinking, I don't want to hurt this kid in front of his family. My martial art, the finals for belt promotion are essentially a street fight. I had to fight my closest friend, and I remembered he put me in a rear naked on New Year's and choked me until I passed out. We sparred in preparation for the test. He made a mistake, and there was an opportunity to do the same thing back to him. I remember thinking, I don't want to hurt my friend. It took 25 years for me to learn that I don't have the same struggle as most people when it comes to fighting. I don't look at my opponent and see someone who's trying to hurt me. My struggle when it comes to fighting is that when I look my opponent in the eyes, when I'm put in the most danger against someone, when it's time to fight, I only see myself. It prevents me from bringing harm to them, regardless of what they do to me. Maybe it's because
Timer.
timer.
Dang. I like the idea. I really do like the idea. I see what you mean where you're like, I could definitely work on it, rewrite it, and polish it out. But I do really like the idea, and it conveys a side of me I didn't know about you, Jeremiah. I didn't know you were such a pacifist.
Yeah, bro. I'm a pacifist, but I will pacifist.
He's grown. He's grown.
Yeah, I've definitely worked on getting over it a lot. But it's good.
I was gonna point out that line in the beginning where something. It was it.
Damn, I gotta pull that
You
shit back
signed up
up.
to box because it would help you fight your insecurities or something like that.
Yeah, beat my insecurities.
Beat my insecurities. Yeah, that was a really good one. I feel like it was right. Like the beginning was the introduction, got you set up, and that was the first like poetry bar. Boom, caught my attention. Really reeled me in for the rest of it.
It was supposed to be one of those poems, but you know, my brain got to braining.
Brain got to brain in, and things started happening.
Yeah, just started doing what it wanted to.
Feel free to tell your favorite part of the poem in the comment section. That was my favorite part right off rip. I did also like the repetition of the different ways you repeated how you didn't want to hurt someone, and it looped into story after story. It's a structure that I'm a fan of, so I did really enjoy it.
Nice.
Are we ready for my fighting poem?
Oh yeah.
Let's hope I can read today, guys. Fighting is hard to write about for a few reasons. The first is that I hate it. I hate the feeling that rushes through my body when I'm going to have to try and kill someone else before they kill me. I hate the feeling afterwards when I've harmed someone. I hate the unending nightmare that is the fear of stumbling into a box too early and being sealed away from my loved ones because I won or lost and now I'm in prison or a casket. Fighting is for heroes, and we have way too many vigilantes suiting up to clean up the streets. And most of them can't even fight, so they have an addiction to gunpowder. Just imagine picking fights knowing you're going to shoot someone. So now the heroes have guns and fights become ranged, and it's even easier for me to end up in a box or a cage. Fighting is hard to write about for a few reasons. The second is that you expect me to write a prolific metaphor demonstrating what it feels like to be in a fight. Something like my heart pulled a Scrappy-Doo and screamed, "Let me at him," while my brain became the Flash and did laps around my skull at light speed until I fainted from the G-force. I woke up by ultra instinct and saw clearer than 20/20. My breathing nearly stopped. My heart rate dropped to a slow jam, and my skin cooled like an Arctic summer. I don't see red, stupid. I see a job to do. It's me or you. And fighting is hard to write about for a few reasons. Because my writing is an escape from my problems. My writing is a vent that lets the steam from my otherwise turbulent days spew from my ears like a cartoon character. Writing about fighting is hard because writing is the one time I don't have to fight. Poem.
Super glad you went second. I don't know, bro. You played us.
I played y'all?
Yeah. Played me at the least.
What'd I say?
I'm pretty sure you played everybody. Where is it? Fighting is hard to write about for a few reasons. The second is that you expect me to write a prolific metaphor demonstrating what it feels like to be in a fight, followed by everything up until I see a job to do. It's me or you. Like, bruh, you did exactly what I expected you to do, but not in the way I expected you to do it.
But it was Well, yeah, no, that was definitely the thought process behind it. It was like when people said like we were voting this, my thought was they want something like that, and let me do it satirically and comedically, right? All of those, Scrappy Doo, The Flash is this fucking superhero, Ultra Instinct, because now we're going anime with Goku, and
Sure,
then reel it back into serious real quick because all of that, as I was getting towards the end, I realized sounded like the I see red people. I just see red and bodies on the floor, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not what it is at all.
Call me stupid and everything. I don't see red stupid. I see a job to do. Oh shit, we're back. But nah, I do think the poem was sick, especially for that reason. I don't have a favorite. Well, I'm lying. The whole second, like, would you say stanza?
Yeah, it's a stanza.
Second stanza is probably my favorite part. It's pretty sick, and I think it also like accurately accurately conveys like what it is for most fighters. Like most fighters, especially good ones, don't like to fight. You know what I mean? It's like, bruh, everything that goes into it and everything you have to do, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
People are like, why do you train MMA? Why are you always in here? Why are you doing this? It looks like you're having so much fun. And I'm like, there's a difference between sparring and fighting. There's a big difference. When I'm sparring, I can know that if I miss everything and I get clobbered 14 times, that I can go sit down. And be like, hey, today wasn't my day.
Yeah.
And there's a certain lock-in and there's a certain bodily like rush and feeling that I don't like that comes with that it's me or you type fight. And I don't think I'm ever gonna like it, but I'm also not the person that is like, we need to, peace is the solution, let's talk and communicate. Like sometimes you have to fight, and I live by the idea that I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war.
Yeah, I can agree. That's something I'm like telling myself. It's still not so easy, you know what I mean? Because then I feel like becoming the warrior was useless. You know what I mean? It's like the same reason, like one of the reasons I won't buy a gun. It's like, okay, I have a gun. Now what? You know, like I'm hoping I never have to use it. But then if I never have to use it, this was how much money that I could have spent on something else. You know, like, I don't know. I think fighting is one of those things. And I think like, you have to do it to know. You know what I mean? Like you have to experience like that rush of feelings and emotions that you talked about.
Definitely.
I feel like to understand, it's not something you can just like hear and then be like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. I agree with that. It's like, nah, you gotta feel that shit.
And then also coming on that, the people that like to fight, y'all are some crazy motherfuckers. I will say that.
They want crash outs, bro.
There are definitely a lot of fighters that are just like, I live for this, bro. This feeling, like I love it. Like their addiction to it, like is next level. Like, and I hope you guys make it as pro fighters. I hope that you guys find all the success in your passion. But like, that is never something that I am going to live for. I think every wrestling match I've ever had, like when it's live bullets, nothing can get taken back. Like I always have like clammed up, to say the least. Like it's like, oh shit, here we go, you know. And there's nervous. Even if I know I'm about to dog walk this kid, there's nervousness. Like, what if I don't?
Yeah. It's a thing. It's something me and same friend who got me into the martial art, like we talk about a lot. Like he just told me the other day. I don't remember how it started, but we were talking about something. He's like, "Yeah, we can fight." Oh, it was an Instagram reel I sent him. He's like, "We can fight, and I'm gonna win because you don't want to hurt anybody." And it's like, you know, like, I don't know. And that's always like the difference to me. It's like that switch from I don't want to hurt you to like how you said it's like I see a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only other time or the only times I really feel that way is when I'm fighting for someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A very noble fighter.
Yeah, it's like there's no choice, bro. Because if I don't kill you, bro, you're gonna kill them. You know.
But what if you don't kill them? They were gonna kill you. You wouldn't get that.
I don't get that same feeling. It's just like, okay.
I think I have too much of an ego. Like I can't let my obituary be like, yeah, they came into his house unarmed, 1-on-1, and that motherfucker lost.
Yeah, Yeah, that is crazy. Can't lie.
If that do happen to me, I need y'all to get your hands on the obituary and be like, there was 12 of them motherfuckers. He took down 10 of them.
I'm not doing that.
He took down 10 of them, kicked them
I'm
all in
gonna
the dick.
add, he said he didn't want this to happen. Look at him now. But I don't know. I also think like I try to stick to like this is probably relatively off topic, but I try to stick to the morals and codes that I have all of the time. You know, some people are like, oh, like, you know, due to the circumstances, but it's like, for the most part, I try to stick to them, even when it's damn near impossible. And I think that is part of like the pacifist like ideology. Like, me and my cousin were talking about something, and it involved like me getting into it with someone's like baby daddy. And she was like, you're gonna have to kill him. Like he's the type. Like you'd have to kill him. And I'm like, well, I can't kill him because he has a daughter, and I think that you know, like kids should grow up with their parents. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, if it came down to it, and it was like me or him, it's like, all right, bro, I don't got no kids or nothing. You know what I mean?
Dang, that's a whole new layer to your character.
Why? What's the layer, bro?
This nobility that I didn't realize was stuck inside of you.
Yeah, bro.
But it's nobility
like
to a fault. That's your character flaw, bro.
I got a lot of them things.
This is the first. Well, I mean, I guess nobility to a fault and efficiency to a fault is also your other character flaw, where they're like, "What's the point of me buying a gun if I plan on not using it?"
That's just stupid, bro.
It's efficient to a fault.
I guess that's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta close out here and go be future us for past us. So
we don't talk about this guy a lot. Leave him be, let him lie. All right, let's go.
Closing out.
Oh yeah, we gotta say the statements. My closing statement. But also, I did want to tell you specifically. I kind of want to tell them, but it's not as important to me. I also worked out only 4 days that week.
Dang.
I drank my water, and the other one was reading 10 pages, and I think I did it like twice. Idiot. Next time, read faster.
I could cut this part into the blooper. LMAO, it's not unfortunate at all. In fact, it's glorious. But how do you feel about Superman going to win unfortunate?
I said it, so I think it's unfortunate that I do think Superman would win, like in terms of like feats and shit. Goku plays too much. I don't know enough, like comic book shit, to really know. You know what I mean? Like I know about Goku, like and shit, but I don't know about Superman. But I do believe he'd win. It's like, how do you beat somebody who gets his power from the sun, and you're someone that cannot sit inside the sun?
But he can just destroy the sun. They did it with
the moon. Can he though? The moon ain't the same as the sun.
I think they could do it.
But how would that benefit him? Like, you can't live without the sun.
You can go to Namek. They have a lot of suns. It's never nighttime there. Instant transmission. He's fucking Goku.
Oh yeah, that's true. But that's also not gonna kill Superman.
Okay, but hear me out. Isn't Bulma like a crazy smart scientist? I'd garner smarter than
Batman.
Batman.
She will die without the sun.
No, but okay, you don't need to destroy the sun. She can create her own kryptonite suit.
She's not smarter than Batman. Batman is supposed to be the epitome of like a human. Human's potential.
But look at all the stuff Bulma's made.
She doesn't even know what kryptonite is. How she just
you don't think she'd find out? She discovered the Dragon Balls, and no one really knew what those were.
I don't think she would find out.
Do you have a reason for that, or you're just like, nah, she wouldn't figure it out?
Because how is she gonna find out about kryptonite? It's not even there, like in their verse.
But they've already traveled through other universes, and
she didn't figure out how to beat Beerus. And all you gotta do is feed him. She didn't figure that out.
Well, I mean, she did help Goku figure out the Saiyan God transformation thing.
I don't think that was her, bro.
I don't remember who that was. I was just really grasping for straws right there.
All right, bro, I'll give you the straw. Damn, she hella smart. She really did that shit.
But I do have my final point, and this is the one thing that I think just helps Goku win. I think based on power, if Superman and Goku fought, Superman wins, right? He's just crazy powerful. He'd probably punch a hole in Goku easily. The thing about Goku is Goku's power is that he rises to the occasion.
But the thing too is he doesn't fight full right away.
He does. That's the
It's like
thing, though.
once you get punched through your heart, bro, you lost.
But the thing is, he rises to the. That's his thing. It's like it's his power is plot armor. Like he rises to the occasion. That is Goku's unwavering thing. Is no matter how beaten, he finds a way to win. Like Goku's never lost a fight that he didn't get his get back on.
I don't think Goku's ever genuinely been weaker than his opponent.
He was weaker than Jiren for sure. He was also weaker than Cell and Majin Buu. What are we talking about?
Goku didn't beat Cell. Goku didn't beat
Yes,
Majin Buu.
he did, bro. He teleported him off the planet. He found a way to win, and then he came back from.
He didn't win.
He came back from. He came back from Otherworld and helped Gohan give him the Kamehameha.
Gohan won.
Goku was there, bro. Even when you do it in the video games, the animation.
He was just a witness, bro.
He was just no way. He was just a witness, bro. I'm gonna pull this shit up.
He was a witness, bro.
Father, son, Kamehameha. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom.
He didn't add any power. He was just moral support, bro.
He's literally right here.
He's just moral support, bro.
Look at that. That's a 3-handed Kamehameha.
Yeah, but he didn't add any power to it. He's just moral support.
He for sure added the power, bro.
No, he didn't.
Like,
did Goku add power to Gohan's Kamehameha? Damn, how I don't know what Kamehameha. God damn. Wave against Cell. No, Goku helped Gohan power up his Kamehameha wave against Cell. It says yes. I just said no because it's not. I don't want to accept
that. So he did that.
But right here it says Gohan pulls his hand back and charges more power into the attack.
Yeah, definitely. Goku found a way. He may not have overpowered Cell, but he found a way. He teleported off the planet. He came in, teamed up with Gohan to give that final Kamehameha. He found a way.
That shit was just moral support. I'm gonna go check my sources.
Then against Majin Buu, the Spirit Bomb works for the first time ever, bro.
That was everybody else's power, bro. And Hercule won.
He threw the Spirit Bomb and then Kamehameha into the Spirit Bomb to finish him off, bro.
Check the records, bro.
The records say Hercule beat Cell.
Because that's who did it. And
then he was stronger than Frieza for sure. That was when he went Super Saiyan. But even before that, he wasn't, and he had to go Super Saiyan.
I don't know, bro. I feel like he was always able to go Super Saiyan.
I mean, by that the logic, he was always able to go Super Saiyan 3. He just took more time to get there.
I agree.
So like, he wasn't stronger until he discovered a new power, which is why I'm like, he would beat Superman. Something would just happen. He would find a way to do it.
I don't think there's anything in him that's stronger than Superman.
He's almost stronger than Zeno, the literal god who can snap universes out of existence.
He is not almost stronger than Zeno, bro.
Well, actually, I think he's
Zeno
stronger.
Doesn't even have any strength.
That's what I was saying. He's stronger than Zeno, the god that can snap universes out.
But Zeno has no power. Like, Zeno is not strong at all. Like, I would dare argue that I'm stronger than Zeno.
I think you are.
He can just snap me out of existence.
And then you got to look at the way he defeated Goku Black and Zamasu. He just had Zeno come in and snap them out of existence.
That's crazy. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, like they couldn't do it because he would regenerate at such an alarming rate that they just couldn't get him out of there. So Zeno from his universe gave him a device to contact Zeno from the other universe, and Zeno from the other universe.
Red button, right?
Yeah, popped in and was like, "Fuck this," and Thanos snapped him.
That's crazy, bro. Do you know how mad I would be?
If I became the ultimate form of power and no one could defeat me, and I got Thanos snapped away by someone that I can like flick to death.
Yeah. It's like this little shit. Like you don't like I that's something that my ego can't handle is the idea of not existing at all, you know?
Like your
And it's
carcass
like,
is somewhere.
yeah, like there's no soul, there's no spirit doing nothing. There's just nothing.
Wild.
And it's not nothing doing nothing, you know? It's just nothing.
Just nothing.